And
What was your favorite one to revisit?
Not just that. Hold on, though. But not just that. Who has a fan base that's going to listen to the same album twice in a row?
it's a good point, Jason. It's a good point.
Honestly, and this is where they missed it. You had
you make
this
a third
diehard
1989, I'll listen to
you
that
had
one
already
too.
built.
That's the thing, is the fans
You sold a story with the second time you released this album, right? And the fans got behind that
Yes.
narrative, and they're
And
like,
they-
Right away.
"Screw the first album. We're rolling with the re-recorded album because we're supporting the artist."
They were like, we ride at dawn. Like,
That's right.
and it was amazing because, they're the reason why the re-records worked out. They're the reason I was able to purchase my music back because they came to the Eras tour. And basically they're the reason why any of this worked out. And I also want to note that, like, the other people who are like, we ride at dawn, my live band, they played on all the re-records. It's like, you want to know why they sound so perfect on the Eras tour? They played on all those records. Like, they're session musicians too, and that's how good they are. And I'm so impressed just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly, because there are actually there's the Taylor's version song, I kind of prefer a lot of that stuff. I think it sounds incredible, but I'm happy to have all of it.
So that leads me to the next question, Tay. Now that you own all of it, you have the re-recordings, you have the original recordings. What should we listen to? Like, what do I roll with? Does it
Dealer's
matter?
choice.
You're just
Dealer's
like, whatever
choice.
you guys want. Like,
Yeah, it's really whatever you guys want, because I love both of them. I would not have put out the re-records if I didn't think that they held up or were better. I think a lot of the vocals I did on the re-records are better than the originals.
okay.
But it's like, if you found a nostalgia in the originals and that was what you were listening to when you were 12 years old bopping around in your bedroom, go crazy.
yeah.
We got them all.
I'm going to start doing comparisons. That's what I got to do. I just got to start doing comparisons.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to every beat.
Yeah.
You're certainly, it's not mandatory, Jason.
I mean, it sounds like a good time.
I'll say this. There's a few good playlists out there that have a mixture of them all.
You've been streaming?
Yes.
Thank you.
I've been streaming for about 2 years now.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's why we got that spike in the
That's
in
what it
the
was.
35-year-old
Travis Kelce.
male demographic.
Right.
Yes, that
Hey.
1.7 billion, that was at least 1 billion of those,
We-
for sure.
We have one IP address from one iPhone that continually is listening to this playlist. Did you have a favorite album that you re-recorded that, like, are there different eras that you liked recording more, re-recording?
I really liked them all, but I think Red was very special. There were songs that I called From the Vault songs, and there was one which I think is maybe my favorite song I've ever written, called All Too Well, the 10-minute version, where I unearthed. There were originally so many more verses in that song than ended up being on the album that I had put out when I originally put out Red. I made the glorious, fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview. You know what those words mean. You're so handsome. So basically, I said that in an interview to my fans, and they just like hung on to it. They were like, where's the 10-minute version? Give us the 10-minute version.
Yeah.
And when it came time to doing Taylor's version and re-recording the album, I went back in, found the verses, restructured the song to the way that it pretty much was when I had originally written it, put them back in. And that song is one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it was when we were on the Eras tour, I'm watching people just like cathartically scream this song to the point where I'm like, do you need to go to the hospital? Like, it was so passionate, the fan response to that song at the Eras tour. And I remember thinking so many times, like, what if this never happened? Like, what if I never had to
it's one of the most
re-record
iconic
this?
parts of that tour.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, it really did make me fall back in love with that album specifically. I have a song with Phoebe Bridgers that I really love on that, From the Vault. Chris Stapleton was a part of it as well. And I think that one, I've always loved Fearless in 1989 in a very pure way. But Red, I've kind of gone back and forth over the years and been like, like that re-recording it made me just be like, oh, God, I love that album. I have no complicated feelings about that. Wouldn't have done anything different. Maybe except to include the original verses the first time.
Well, Well, we just talked about the different eras a little bit. Let's talk about perhaps the most daunting thing that any artist has ever taken on, which is the Eras Tour.
Oh my God.
You finally finished it up last December in Vancouver. I don't know. What did it feel like to wrap it up? What does it feel like now? Like not touring and being on a jet every day, basically trying to go from country to country. Yeah.
I mean, it's
insane.
It feels great, Jason, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you.
You don't miss it?
I miss it. I do miss it, but it's like it was perfect for what it was. And my fellow
broken heart.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Dude.
Don't you get me started.
Or like stomach flu, or like just like aching feet, or blisters, or whatever. Like it just was.
Which she had all of this going through,
usually
and it's
all at the same time. But
going into her fourth show.
Yeah, and it's just it was kind of the coolest thing in the world, because when we were putting together this tour, I had some really lofty goals I wanted to reach conceptually, because I wanted to show fans, and especially younger fans, visuals and sort of performance art references that were really important to me as a kid, and what inspired me to want to do this, right? So like, I wanted to put elements of musical theater, Broadway, ballet, scenery that you would see in an opera,
Who thinks like this?
I was about to say, I watched the whole tour. I just thought it was amazing. I didn't notice.
But that's exactly it. I wanted it to be references that I thought were really high concept and really high value for fans, and for them to see things they hadn't necessarily seen before, all in one concert. But I wanted to do it at the highest intensity, rapid fire. You're seeing something new every 15 to 30 seconds. And so it feels like you're scrolling in an algorithm, right? Yes. And when I heard reports of people saying that they got actual amnesia after the concerts, I was like, oh, I think we did it.
Yeah.
I think we did it, nailed it. That's genuine. That's I wasn't even shooting for that goal when they're like, I saw so many things and I experienced a state of euphoria that I now don't remember what happened to me. I was like, oh my God.
All I remember is that she didn't want to meet me. That's it.
That's it. That's all he got about.
And as much as you, and I've told you this, as much as you want to, give New Heights credit, I give the Eras Tour credit.
Yeah?
I give the Eras Tour credit because if I would have never gone to that show and been mesmerized and just been captivated, and then left with such a desire to want to meet you, I would have never went on here and told everybody how butthurt I was. Yeah, I'd never just been so engulfed in the curiosity of who you were.
Oh, that's
and
really
look at this.
I really
one of the best things about that last statement is you didn't even know what the word engulfed meant before, like you met Taylor. Like you've broadened your horizons so much.
We're the perfect. I'm telling you, she makes me so much better. So.
Thank you for saying that.
But it's like you see you on the stage and you see how crazy you can get an entire stadium going, and then I get you in a room and it's like I've known you forever. It's like it was just the easiest conversation I ever had, and it was just so much fun that it just knocked my socks off, from what they say.
Knocked your socks off.
Yeah.
Thank you. I felt
she
the same
blew me
exact
away,
way
and
about you.
I had never experienced something so mesmerizing on stage and then so real and so beautiful in person.
Hey, that's
should I leave? I'm just
gonna... I think so. Honestly, at this point, I think everyone should leave.
I don't know where to go from here now. How many countries did you do the Eras Tour in?
47,000 countries, Jason.
You just listed that in the beginning.
Well, I said 51 cities, which I don't know if that's right.
It was a lot of countries. What was really fun about all the countries that we went to is when we first started dating, he was like, I always wanted to go and really vacation in Europe and see Australia and, go to Asia. And I was like, well, I got a tour for that, it's coming up.
Nice. You got room for a 6'5" guy to
we can
come
figure it
hang
out. Like, no, those dimensions are wild, but we'll